Philip Davis says the Smuggling of Migrants bill strengthens the fight against human smuggling in the country. The Free National Movement says it will repeal the Migrants bill, while the Coalition of Independents say they will stage a Kill the Migrants bill protest on Wednesday. And a former police chief appears in a New York court on drug smuggling charges. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jareno Saunders. This is your JCN Evening News. Thank you so much for joining us. Prime Minister Philip Davis, speaking to the Migrant Smuggling Bill 2025 in the House of Assembly yesterday, says despite what the opposition says, the proposed law targets human smugglers directly through harsher penalties and is designed to protect people in the inner communities and family islands of the Bahamas.
This bill was tabled on October 15th. Many weeks ago, and the full text has been online ever since. Yes, we invited the legal community, civil society, and ordinary citizens to read it and share their views. Some did so in good faith and shared suggestions. My government took the concerns and recommendations shared seriously, as we always do. We listen. In particular, there were concerns that the effect of some provisions might give migrants in our country illegally a new pathway to be here legally. It is not true, nor was that ever the intention. And we had been given legal guidance that that was the case. But we believed it important to amend the bill so as to remove any doubts whatsoever on that point.
Prime Minister Davis noted that the penalties for crimes related to human smuggling have also been increased and are more severe.
If you use our islands or our jurisdiction as part of your criminal enterprise, we will come after you wherever you operate. It doesn't matter if you never stop or step foot on a boat in our waters. If you organize this activity, if you coordinated or funded it, if it is your boat or plane is in use, if you forge documents, you are a criminal under the law. This law in particular. Until now, our officers and prosecutors have had to piece together cases from provisions in the Penal Code, the Immigration Act, and other laws to capture the conduct of the smuggler. Smuggling rings require planning, financing, transportation, and harboring. Yet, our laws did not clearly define the chain of conduct as one offense with one set of strong penalties. This bill defines the smuggling of migrants as a crime distinct from immigration offenses, and establishes that if you plan or organize the route, you can be charged. If you provide the vessel or the aircraft, you can be charged. If you supply false documents, you can be charged. If you provide safe houses or transportation inside the Bahamas, you can be charged. If you take payment at any point along the way, you can be charged.
The official opposition FNM does not support the bill in its current form, and they believe the government needs to do more to address the illegal immigration issue, including addressing alleged corruption and political interference at government agencies that engage with immigration matters. Coalition of Independent Member of Parliament Aram Lewis believes the intention of the new laws are good, but advised the government to make several amendments, including to what extent the government is responsible for providing medical treatment for illegal. Meanwhile, the Free National Movement says the Smuggling of Migrants bill that passed in the lower chamber on Tuesday will likely pass in the Senate and become law. They are prepared to repeal that once the Free National Movement forms the next government, they say. FNM leader Michael Pintard said in a statement today that the reason is simple. He says the bill is a far cry from a real crackdown on illegal entrants, as well as the smugglers and financiers who exploit them for profit. He said the government's proposed amendments cannot patch or polish what is wrong with the legislation. Meanwhile, the Coalition of Independents, they are set to stage a Kill the Bill protest in Rawson Square on Wednesday as they too oppose the bill in its current form. The COI is calling on Bahamians to join them in their protest. Elvis Nathaniel Curtis, former chief superintendent with the Royal Bahamas Police Force, appeared in court in New York City on Friday wearing leg shackles and handcuffs to face charges connected to a massive drug trafficking ring from Colombia to the United States from May 2021 to the late 2024s. Now, 51-year-old Curtis was in charge of the police air wing here in the Bahamas, including operations at the Lynden Pindling International Airport, where he is alleged to have planned plane loads of cocaine that left from Colombia through the Bahamas on the way to the United States, mainly to Florida. The court appearance reportedly lasted about 20 minutes, and the case was adjourned until February to allow defense lawyers to review what has deemed to be a mountain of evidence against Mr. Curtis and 4 others. According to the indictment unsealed in November last year, Curtis claimed a high-ranking Bahamian politician would assist in moving the drugs with Bahamian law enforcement officials in exchange for a U.S. $2 million payment. Despite requests by Prime Minister Philip Davis to the United States, the politician has yet to be identified. Former Royal Bahamas Defense Force officer Darren Alexander Roker, 56 years old, a former chief petty officer, pleaded guilty to similar charges and faces up to 20 years in prison. He is expected to be sentenced in January of 2026 after admitting to 1 count of cocaine importation conspiracy. And finally, in this segment, after the discovery of the body of a male in the area of Bahamas Waste off Glaston Road on Monday morning, police have now officially classified that matter as a murder, and they are searching for those responsible. Police Press Liaison Officer Sharia King shared details on the discovery while making an appeal to the public. This killing marks the 77th murder for the year. By December 6 last year, there were already 116 murders after 2 men were shot and killed in a hail of bullets around 1 a.m. on Friday, December 6, 2024, on East Bay Street in the eastern parking lot of Potter's Key Dock after an altercation they had at a club on East Bay Street. You're watching JCN News. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.